I went to the Olympia this weekend.
Okay.
So this is how I'm introduce you. I'm Big Jonah.
Man.
This is Dav, and this is a Push Away show.
And of course the courage in these veins, people passing the limits, a bunch of beasts broke off the chain. From the falsium growing and reaching up to pass our peak though. Welcome to the Push Away show.
Man, listen, I'm a humble dude. I don't think I'm really that big, honestly. I know I got a little bit of size, Going to the Olympia,
Guys in there.
I'm a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm a little ass dude, bro.
Yeah.
It's some big ass, and it's not like obviously the people up on stage are big, but just because obviously that whole the competition, the expo, everything brings people from all over the place, And I ain't gonna lie, as soon as I walked in, we're walking in, I'm looking at my girl and I'm like, just a whole lot of egos around this bitch, bro. It's just people wearing some string cutoffs, and cutoffs period, And I was just like, man, there's just a whole lot of ego around here.
Big gorilla back walking motherfuckers.
Man. But no, it was a good time, bro. But we went there to watch the WPO.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy to see. Like I don't know if you're able to go to the north of the border meet this weekend down in Cincinnati with us, but it's crazy to see. Like there's raw lifting and there's multiply, right? The way the WPO was set up was like there was I don't want to call it a booth, but it damn near. Honestly, I felt like it was disrespectful. If I'm being honest, for what goes on in the WPO. They should have had a legit stage. They should have had a stage.
Yeah.
I get that the Olympia is not about powerlifting, it's bodybuilding, but I mean, Dave Hoff ended up totaling over 3,000 pounds again.
Yeah.
People were squatting 11. There was a 220, Travis McKinney, 220, squatted 1,100, a little over 1,100.
Yeah.
At 220.
Yeah.
So I just felt like there should have been more. But it was funny to see there was another powerlifting. There was like two other powerlifting spots going on. They were raw, and then WPO, which is all multiply. And to see like the people, because it was in the expo, so just there was chairs where people could sit, but it was also just a lot of people walking past, And I noticed there was more people watching the raw lifters than it was the multiply guys. And my only guess is that it's like when people see us multiply guys get in these suits, it's the same thing that my dad used to say. Why you want to get in those? Those are cheating. Those are cheating. Those are cheating.
Yeah.
But getting in it is a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was crazy to see, man. Next year when I'm competing in it, you're gonna be there.
Yeah.
So you're gonna find out. You're gonna
see.
You're gonna see it. So yeah, man. It was a good time. Orlando was a good time. Yeah. WPO was great was great. Like I said, watched Dave total. I want to say it was like 3,050 something.
Man.
And that 220 guy, Travis McKinney, he came in second. I don't know what he totaled, but I want to say he squatted 11 something. He benched 771. I don't know what he deadlifted, but it's crazy. It's crazy to see that shit, man. I'm excited to gear up in lifting, man, and go after that meet next year.
Yeah.
So, and you ain't never been to the Arnold, have you?
Uh-uh.
So it's kind of like I feel like the Arnold is lightweight bigger than the Olympia.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot more people that go to the Arnold.
Yeah.
So you'll see it this year when you go, because it's just, I mean, it's a bunch of vendors and stuff, and then they got the main shows, but a lot of free stuff, man.
Yeah. And my girl, so she's been to Arnold a couple times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they did. So I'm not talking about your dad, but so her and her sister, I don't know whose, I think it was her sister's idea. So she wanted to do like a Zumba instructor.
Yeah.
So you have to get certified at the Arnold.
Yeah.
Like you get certified at the Arnold. So they went like one year, they went the next year too. But I don't know because I never seen him do one Zumba class.
Man, they just in there dancing, hitting, breaking a sweat, dancing, man.
No, but yeah, like, and my homie, like, he used to go all the time. So his uncle is Buster Douglas. So that's his
I don't
uncle.
know that name.
Yeah, that's who beat Mike Tyson.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
that's his uncle. So he's like, whenever.
You ain't got friends that know Buster Douglas, bro.
Come on,
Please,
man.
bro.
Nah, that's my. Come on, shout out my guy Mario. You
You
feel
don't
me?
know Mark.
But nah, that's his uncle. But he used to always tell me like, he always tell me like, man, yeah, I go to my uncle. I mean, I go to the Arnold with my uncle Buster. He said, and we get everything for free. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah. That's
Yeah.
all. Man, I gotta go to the Arnold where that shit sound popping.
Man, so some years back, as high school kids, we would go, and it wasn't like early high school years. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
You could at least walk around. It was kind of like the Olympia, like where you could actually like walk around. There was certain spots where it would get real clustered, but you could still walk around. But and then it was like, I ain't gonna lie, sorry, mom, dad, but it was 5 Finger Discount Central because there's just so many people.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to just like, oh, got your bag open on the floor. Oh, bump
Man.
into the table.
Man.
And something fall off into the bag. I didn't know how I got there.
Yeah.
But as a senior, I think I went, and it was so freaking packed. It was like, I was like, I ain't going again. It was that bad. I mean, literally walking through like this, having to walk sideways, getting bumped into. Like I said, it's ego central. You get bumped into, and it's not, oh, my bad, bro. It's, hey, chill out.
I was watching. There's a little thing on, might have been IG, where a dude was like, a little skinny dude was walking around, checking people, and it's funny because like everybody, like, it wasn't no I'm sorry, it just everybody just looking like, you know what I'm saying, like.
Yeah, but no, I ended up getting so much free stuff.
Yeah, you sent me that picture.
Yeah,
of all that stuff you got.
I actually took it to my aunt in Cocoa Beach, and I was like, I'm gonna need you to actually send all this shit back. And the cool thing too was, like, there at the end, I didn't realize that Saturday was the last day for it. And how it was at the Arnold was the last day. Nobody wants to pack their stuff back up, So Saturday was the last day, and they called it like Expo's closing in an hour, and we're coming to the end of the WPO. And I was like, shit. I look at my girl. I was like, I kind of want to go back to the Rule 1 stand because it was already giving stuff out. Like, you stood in the line for 3-4 minutes, and you got like 3 proteins, little packets, pre-workouts, aminos, BCAAs. I'm like, I bet they're really handing stuff out now. So I ran back, and they doubled up on everything in their bags. Then as I'm hot-footing it back, like, I see just this booth, just like literally grabbing scoops like this and saying, open your bag.
Damn.
So I'm like walking past, open my bag, they dump stuff into here. And I walk to the other end of the table where this girl ain't see me. She's like, open your bag. I'm like, bet. She dumps more in it. Dang. And then I go walking past, this other booth has these little thing of amino acids, but with caffeine in them.
Yeah.
And for pre-workout. And I'm like, bet. And they're like, $10 for a jug. I'm like, okay. And she's like, or 2 for $15. And then this other girl's like, or 3 for $20. I'm like, let me get the 3 for $20. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So ended up grabbing some of that. Bucked Up. You ever seen them energy drinks? Bucked Up. They've got like these little energy shots now. And they're whole pack, like 12 of them, $10. I'm like, yeah, give me some of them too. Yeah. So yeah, I made out, man. I made out with some good stuff. Yeah. And hopefully she's shipping it back soon because I'm waiting to use everything,
Yeah, hell yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for us to go to the Arnold this year because after I compete, I was talking to Jimmy Colbin. He's going to be there. He's going to be competing. So it'd be cool to catch up with him. And then that's a dude at bench 14.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's a secret, so if anybody sees this, my fault, Jimmy. But I was talking to him, and he was like, he's got a couple meets in mind. And then he's like, and then we're, just going to gear up for the 1,500-pound attempt.
Yeah.
1,500 pounds on bench, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ridiculous. ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We're gonna have to go watch that too.
Yeah.
But no, I was telling you, man, because I mean, we ain't gonna get into too much detail, but you know, some of them ideas you got would sell like crazy. You gotta look for the 5-finger discount people, you know. But they would those expos, man. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
I mean, they sell like crazy.
Yeah. So like I said, we don't want to talk about it too much. You feel me? But yeah, it's definitely new product drop. So the website, I had sent you the first little rendering.
Website.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's supposed to be done tomorrow. So I'm sure I'll have to have them, you know what I'm saying, touch it up. But yeah, man, and I think, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
ready
it's.
for it. Yeah, I'm ready for it.
I think it's gonna be a hit. One thing about Dav, man, is like one thing about you, bro, is idea after idea after idea, and everybody can have an idea, but it takes a different kind of person, a special kind of person to continue to run with it.
Yeah.
And then not only run with it, but stay consistent with the run.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah.
A lot of people take an idea like a party bus and sprint with it, and then you pull a damn hammy in the sprint over real quick.
Bro, listen, bro, that happens though.
Yeah,
that happens. So, like, it took me. So I've been entrepreneuring.
Mm-hmm.
So since I was like 17, you feel me? That was my first business, DJ. And
I know you was selling chips out the locker in high school, bro.
No, I wasn't selling chips. I was selling something else.
Candy bars.
Yeah,
candy bars.
But we ain't gonna get into that. But no, like I feel just now, man, I'm getting to a point where I don't know. I mean, it's always God.
Yeah.
But it's like just now I'm getting to a point where it's like everything is starting to catch. You know what I'm saying? Before it was like, man, I got an idea, I'll pursue it, nothing happens. Another idea, I'll pursue it, maybe a little fizzle.
Yeah.
Another idea, maybe a little fizzle. You feel me? Then another idea, then nothing happens. So it just takes time, bro. You gotta stick. It's like this. You know what I'm saying? It's like lifting, bro. You gotta stick. You're not about to have no overnight success. You might though.
Right.
But you ask anybody that you think is an overnight success, and they're gonna tell you a story like mine.
Yep.
This is 20 years in the making, this overnight success. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I might have had 20 things that didn't work, but all you need to do is be right one time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's like and I know this is a good product because it's another guy. I taught school I've been messing with.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I had told him because that's all he talks about is inventions. You know what I'm saying? So he ran into him at the gym the other day on Monday, and he's like telling me about something. I was like, man, I got something I just did, invented this. He's like, let me see it. And I showed it to him. I had it in my truck. Bro, he didn't call me like the last 2 days, just telling me, like, man, I think you need to do this, or I think you need to do that. Man, maybe you should do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, he's like, man, that's a great fucking idea. You know what I'm saying? And not that it's just an idea, like I manifested it. Like I have products ready to be shipped out and bought. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, just sticking with it and actually pursuing your ideas. And that's stuff I tell people all the time. Like people come to me and like, "Nah, man, I got this idea." I'm like, do it. Everybody got ideas.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter how many people's done it.
Right.
Like with the lifting.
Yep.
Whenever there's one total, that's a record. Somebody else gotta break it. That's the whole point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, go to the store. It's 50 types of bread. Yep. You know what I'm saying? 2-3 different types of milk, 100 types of water, 100 types of candy. It doesn't matter. Like, just pursue it. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't have to be to the fullest. And it don't have like that's what he was telling me about, man. The only problem I see is this. And it's things that I was telling you when we shot the commercial for it. Like he was saying the same thing, but I'm like, hey, he's like, so what you gonna do? I'm like, I'm still putting this out. I got a whole bunch of these just sitting in my house.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I was like, so that's gonna be the Pro.
Yep.
Then we're gonna have the XL.
Yep.
Then we're gonna have the King version.
Yep.
You know
Platinum
what I'm saying?
version.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like how many times does your iPhone update?
Right.
You know what
exactly.
I'm saying? They're on iPhone 15.
Yeah.
The first one wasn't perfect. You know what I'm saying? Number one selling product in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, You just got to keep going, bro. I'm not searching for perfection.
Right.
There's always going to be something, and then there's going to be somebody else that takes what you did to the next level. But it's up to you to don't be satisfied and just keep innovating. And then how are we going to branch off of this? And how are we going to,
Yeah.
So I'm definitely excited, and actually, I kind of. This is the thing too, man. I know I'm rambling on. This is the thing too. We talked about this before. Don't tell your idea to the wrong person, bro.
Or everybody. Don't tell them that. You know what I mean?
So this, I didn't tell nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Like my wife didn't know until like last minute. I found out, like, I was just so excited. I had to tell her because she kind of like breathes breath into things for me too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she believes in me. So then I was like, I don't want to tell nobody. I was telling her, she's like, yeah, do that. That sounds good. And then that's when I take it to the next level. And then I told a couple family members,
mm-hmm.
and then they didn't give me the right,
feeling.
So it kind of not fizzled, but I kind of was like, not even doubting it. I was just
second guessing.
Not even second guessing. It was just like I wasn't pursuing it. Like I didn't have that same feeling, but I still knew it was something good.
Yeah.
But it was just like, maybe I don't know. It just was a feeling. I don't know. So then my big cuz called me from Texas, and he telling me, because he got an app he didn't invent it, and it's like for checking in, it's next level, bro. It's literally probably $1 billion app. Like, and it's damn near done. Like, it's done, and he's working on better versions of it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, he's like, so what you been up to? And I'm like, well, damn, it's gonna be hard to top that. This is what I've been working on. And he's like, damn, that shit sound hard. And I was like, here, FaceTime. I got one right here. I had it in my truck because I just been keeping it with me everywhere, so that way I can just see it. And I FaceTimed him and I showed him. He was like, damn. He's like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You gonna sell $1 million to them.
Yeah.
He was like, that's a good ass idea. He's like, so how I get in on it? The same way I got it on your app. There ain't no buy-in. Because when he told me about that app when he first working on it, I was like, cuz, I got 25 bands, cuz.
Yeah.
I said, all I need is 5%.
Yeah.
I'll send you 25, right? I'll bring 25 to you right now.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just gonna wait till it gets really, you know what I'm saying, till it gets more developed. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I told him the same thing, like yeah, cuz I ain't really looking for investors right now.
Yeah.
You know, but
I already got it.
You know what I'm saying? I already got it.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to it, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you can ask my girl. We were literally sitting there at the WPO, and I had seen a candidate, you know, and I was like, hey, man, do you use da-da-da-da?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, sometimes. I was like, don't you hate?
Yeah.
You know? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, dude, my buddy, and I showed him the commercial.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me get your Instagram.
Yeah.
He was the judge of the WPO. I'm like, let me get your Instagram. I was like, and when these come out, like, let me hit you up with. And okay, absolutely.
I know we speaking in code, and y'all like, what the hell are they talking about?
Y'all gonna figure it out. y'all gonna figure it out.
Figure it out here. But no, that's what I was telling my girl too. I was like, see, man, that's why I mess with Jonah, man, because like, so then I kind of told a couple of my buddies after we did what we did, the commercial and everything, and I still ain't get the, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I don't know if it's over. I mean, obviously ain't over nobody's head, but it's just like, why? Like, can y'all not see what this is? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, man, see, that's why I mess with Jonah, man. He down there supposed to be enjoying himself. He's sending me shit that I'm supposed to be doing. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And but that's what I was telling her too. I was like, man, if we can get this in some of their hands, like I was telling you, like, how can we incorporate this?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, if we can get this in some of the right people's hands on the advertisement side and not just to be a sponsor of, or that we can sponsor, you know. I was like,
man,
it's to be next level, man.
I already know in my head, because if you look at all these lifters Instagrams, it's, you know, type in 20%, or, you know, type in
affiliates,
so and so, and you get 10% off your order. Easy, bro. Easy. You know, tell them that, you know, they get whatever it is, whatever you work out, you know, for the Lolo or for free or whatever,
Yeah.
and they just tag their name on it.
Yeah.
I mean, especially this community.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the picture, everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's a candidate.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't care. We talking to Cuz.
We're
Y'all
talking
find
to-
out at some
y'all,
point.
y'all gonna find out. Listen,
Yeah, and then
y'all
y'all
about-
go back and
yeah.
watch the episode and be like, oh, this is what they were talking about.
It's about to be big, man. It's about
Yeah.
to be huge. So that's what I was talking to when your boy hit me this morning, was telling me some other stuff he thought about. Because I told you what he got going on with that factory.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I was gonna tell him tomorrow, like, man, well, maybe we should get some machines to produce the products.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep. He got the space.
He got the space.
There you go.
And I was like, you know where the machines at? Like, I went and picked some stuff up for him that was like full of machines, not for what I need to do, but they probably had something in there for that.
Say maybe.
Like they probably had, like, I went to this one spot in Cleveland, and it was like just full of machines I've never seen before in my life, just wrapped up in plastic, just waiting to be sold. I asked him, I was like, are you guys manufacture these? Or it was like they was like, we don't build them here, but our mother company builds them, and we just store them ready to be sold. Or, you know what I'm saying, we'll buy used ones back from people that want upgrades.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and then sell these used ones to people, you know what I'm saying, starting up factories. So
yeah.
I was like, shoot, I'm gonna look into that too, because he had some machines in there that he told me that he was getting for like a couple grand, and I'm like, how much does it cost new?
Yeah.
He's like, man, these machines like 50,000, 60,000. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like I said, man, you gotta believe in yourself, man.
Watch this. We'll let you know what it is by the end of the episode.
Yeah,
you
we'll
just
let
gotta
you.
continue to
I was
watch.
about to bring it in. We're gonna bring it in. I'm gonna pop it up because it's about to drop this week.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm ready to drop. I'm just
Okay.
waiting on the website.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting on the website, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's about to drop this week, and I already got like a whole bunch of so my designer, he was like, man, because I sent you some videos. He's like, man, that's the files are too big.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, send me GIFs, like, you know what I'm saying, the GIF.
Yeah.
So that's what I don't. Did I send them to you?
I don't think so.
So I had made yours just so I didn't have the whole commercial. So just on the site, it's just gonna be like the, you know what I'm saying, just
chill
that.
out.
Chill out. So it's just gonna be that for everybody that, because Tara was sending me videos, so it's just gonna be a whole bunch of those.
Yeah.
So I'm about to be ready to drop
Yeah.
this week, next week, next week.
I was literally thinking, because I don't know how. Again, follow with me. On the bottom part, okay, I don't know how the bottom part could be made through you, but I'd hit up a dude about a 3D printer.
Yeah.
About and then I was thinking like about wood too, like how hard would it be able to make out of wood? But the bottom part, you know what I'm talking about when I say the bottom part,
Yeah.
would actually touching you.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's made, but you know, or how you could do that, but nonetheless, like to where you could. Because when I was down there, bro, I'm literally thinking like, I'm going in my head like, strongest this and that.
Yeah.
Or the, you know.
No, that's what I was telling. That's what when you said the strongest this, I'm like, that's it.
Yep.
That's just what we're gonna like. That's gonna be the, you know what I'm
that's
saying?
gonna be this category market. You know what I mean? Like, man. And I already know that there's obviously expos for powerlifting, for bodybuilding, for all this. You know,
everything.
There's got to be expos for.
It is.
What y'all do.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
It's a lot. It's a lot of them. You got 2 in Atlanta. That's the biggest. Like the Bronner Brothers. That's the biggest.
Yeah.
See, I really don't even want to. I kind of do want to tap into the markets, but then I don't.
Yeah.
Because in all them markets, it's just going to be people trying to redo what I did.
I think you're going, once it get, honestly, it's going to get to a point where people are going to be trying to do it anyways.
Yeah.
Bro. That's why I asked you about a patent when we first started talking about it.
So, once it gets to that point, people just want to try to redo what I did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, markets like the Arnold stuff like that, nobody's going to be, they're just going to be trying to buy the product.
Exactly.
They're not going to be trying to reinvent. You know
okay. I see what you're saying. So like the main market, if you will, you don't want to go to those because they're going to be more centered and they're going to sit there and plot.
Yeah.
But where this ain't really, it's like a byproduct of what we do.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, that way the people that are in there, they're just gonna buy it. They ain't thinking about renovate. They ain't thinking about plotting on. Okay, I see what you're saying. I agree with that.
This chestnut checkers, man.
I agree with that.
But I mean, like I said, man, it's just, and that's not the only thing. Like, you know, I got a lot of things I'm working on. You got a lot of things you working on. So It's just like this is something I'm pushing at the moment.
Mhm.
You feel me? And it's just I'm into it, and then so what are we doing next?
Yep.
Because it's just like you know, when you get to a certain level, bro, your mind don't stop, bro.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I was telling my girl about school, old school,
Mhm.
and she started laughing. She's like, "It's funny." I'm like, "What's funny?" She's like, "Cause I think that's how you gonna be when you get that age." You know what I'm saying? Cause he's like constant. Like he'll call me every day, like, "What you doing today? What you got going on?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or did you think about doing this? Or I'm about to do this. Can you? You know what I'm saying? Can you help me do this? Or just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, I was like, damn, that's crazy. Cause that is probably why he came into my life, kind of like,
Yeah.
just seeing, cause he a cool guy, bro.
Yeah,
you
he
know,
is.
help people out. You know what I'm saying? And have ideas. Like, and that's the thing with older people. He's the first older guy I really ran into that doesn't just shut like his way or no way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like of his stature. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of older people that made it to a certain level, like what you do is wrong and what they do is right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And they like to keep their trade secrets.
Yeah, and they like to get they do. I feel like we was talking about the other day, like you got some that do like to keep their trade secrets, but if they see you on the come up,
yeah,
they might, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They might pour a little in your cup, like,
Yeah.
try this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know a couple cats that got some that got some stuff, a lot of things popping here. They don't tell you nothing.
Yeah, no.
Like I just was talking to somebody that I know that has a lot of things going on, and he was just, that's how he is. Like he'll ask you a million questions.
Mm-hmm.
Try to figure out everything you got going
Mhm.
on. But soon as I'm like, so what you got going? But you know me, I kept
Nothing.
I kept it low though. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like I kept it like, you know, the usual.
Yeah.
I'm like, what you got going on? He like, you know, the usual.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So stop asking me.
Exactly. Yeah, man. One of the biggest things that my dad taught me growing up was it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
And I lived, I don't want to say I lived by that, but I lived it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like there was a lot of instances where my dad's names either saved me
Yeah.
or helped me in a
Yeah.
lot of instances, you know, like and it's not what you know, it's who you know. And that's one thing that I always, when I was coaching, I was telling the kids, man, long story short, when I was young and dumb, I wanted to fight this dude in a bar here in Marion, you know.
He beat the brakes off you, huh?
Listen, hell no. We were in there and he called one of my friends' his mom a bitch.
Man.
You know, I'm 19. I'm like, what?
I ain't ready to
You
go.
said the B word, bro?
Yeah,
You said you about to, I'm about to be a C word, bro. I'm about to whoop your ass. I was like, let's go outside. Cops ended up getting called, you know, for whatever reason. No, and nothing even happened, bro. It was,
you got to sing like a canary.
I was just no. Listen, I was just up on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And cops ended up getting called. Thankfully, my cousin was the sheriff that pulled up.
Okay. Then.
So you know, he's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about, cuz." And so he ends up getting walked out. Whatever. At the end of the night. Fast forward a couple years, you know, I'm in between jobs. I wanted to get into sales. And with my ex, we went out to dinner with her boss and her husband. We had already been to their wedding like a few months ago or whatever. So I met the dude. We go out to dinner and girls are talking. Me and him are talking. He's a bigwig at one of the dealerships here in Marion. And, yeah, you know, yeah, I'd like to get into it. You know, we're talking. End of the night comes. We get in the car and she's like, so did you try and fight him? And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I was like, that's not me. And she's like, she said something about the cruisers and you called her a bitch. And I was like, no, that is,
Man, that was him?
Yeah.
Bro.
And I was like, well.
That happened to me, bro.
I ain't getting that job.
That happened to me, bro. Listen, on everything. So this is like 2008. Like we was out there at my homie crib in where do you live? Out there by Pleasant. You feel me?
Okay.
And my homie Steve.
Yeah.
Remember Steve?
Yeah.
Bro, that's the work.
Stevie one time.
Stevie one time. Hey, he watches the show, so he goes.
Hey, Stevie, one time, miss you, bro.
But listen, when he gets pilt, bro, he's on some Frank the Tank, like he's causing chaos everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
So he gets pilt, calls the wrong dude the B word. You feel me? So big man, I gotta come clean.
Yeah.
Dude was huge. I'm talking about, bro, like he like your size, bro. We're like 18, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about, he's like diesel.
It was probably me. But anyways, go ahead.
Oh, if it was, you caught these hands. So we end up having to whoop him. Right? This was 2018. So I'm at the bar like 2013, 2014 at the OK.
Yeah.
And this dude, like, I'm sitting there, me and Mike. It was me and Mike that we had whooped him and his homie, right? Because Steve wasn't doing nothing. He just instigated. Me and Mike had to go whoop everybody.
Damn it.
So then we had the OK, we drinking, and this dude just sits next to us. I was like, "What's up, fellas?" Just starts talking to us, like just blabbing, and then just drinking. Like, "Here, I'm buying you guys drinks, bro." Just bought us drinks for like an hour, and it was just awkward though. Me and Mike, like, who is this?
Yeah.
So then the next day, I go to B-Dubs, and I'm with Steve. I'm like, bro, I said, me and Mike was at the OK. It was like so weird. I had to tell him. I'm like, bro, we at the OK, and some dude just buying us, just telling us all type of weird stuff. Not like weird, but just just talking our head off like stranger. And I'm like, bro, I don't know who it was. And then I look, bro, the dude is sitting right next to us at B-Dubs. I said, bro, that's him right there. He's like, what's up, bro? Man, we was messed up last night, huh? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what's up with you? He's like, nothing, man. Just in here with my buddy. Get to talking. So then me and Steve leave like 20 minutes later. He's like, bro, do you know who that was? I'm like, who? He's like, bro, that was homie that you and Mike beat up that one night. I said, wow. I said, that's crazy, because I said, if he was trying to set us up at the OK, like, hey, man, I'm about to have something at the crib. Come out here. You feel me? I said, he didn't. He didn't.
Oh,
I'm saying, if he did, we would have probably just went because he was so cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, the whole time he knew who we was.
Yeah.
And we didn't even know who he was. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to set you up.
Trying to hit us with the
he was either trying to set you up or he was like, hey, man, I'm cool. You guys don't need to do that again.
Hey, yeah, man.
You guys next time something happens, hey, man, remember I bought you those drinks?
Man,
you remember, man?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. We had put got things on them, like them things on them.
I put 2 people in the hospital back in the day.
Chill out.
Beating them up. So that's what dude at the bar was going to get. But, I digress.
Yeah, I'm non-violent now. You feel me? If anything, like I said, I get mad at myself if anybody can make me mad.
For letting somebody have that control over you.
Somebody have that control of me.
Man, I was just telling a young cat that, honestly, I told a lot of kids that when I was working at Harding, man, is like, because, kids always just trying to fight. For what?
Yeah.
For what? She said this. She said that.
It's funny, though, because as a kid, it makes so much sense.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Why you're doing it.
Oh, yeah. You ain't going to disrespect me. I'm like, hey, does it change who you are when you go home at the end of the day? Yeah. I'm like, no, it doesn't.
I was trying to fight teachers and everything as a kid. Like, for real.
You went to Marian Catholic. You're trying to fight the nun.
I got in trouble over there because I was about to put it on one of them one time.
You trying to hit Sister K, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Sister K, keep running her lips. She gonna be able to tuck that baby in.
Pull the dang hood over her face.
But no, I was, like I said, bro, I was never like no, but I was always a funny kid. I was always a class clown.
Yeah.
I just took no disrespect, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not taking no disrespect. Like it's all fun and games until you get serious. Once you get serious, then we're gonna be serious. You feel me? But like I said, I was a class clown, bro. I was always like now, where I'm trying to laugh, I'm trying to make somebody laugh. I'm trying to laugh, but not even trying to make nobody else laugh.
Right.
I'm saying what I think. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be funny.
It's just gonna be funny.
Don't you hate the moments where you think you hit something on the head and nobody laughs or nothing, and you just kind of gotta laugh to yourself? Let me guess.
No,
that don't happen. Yeah, I'm talking for other people's experiences, bro. Yeah.
I know what you're saying, though, because sometimes, see, you gotta you gotta know how to judge.
Read the room.
Yeah, read the room. Because like I said, I'm corny as hell too. So some of the things I say, I don't say it to everybody. You feel me? Some things I say, it'd be a select few I might say it to. Or I just say little corny stuff to my girl. I try my material out on her first. You feel me? Then that's what I reach other rooms with it.
Listen, man, you got to be in the dad joke phase with me, right?
Man, super dad joke.
Man, listen, I already know how this is about to pan out, but I'm gonna tell you anyways. My dad come home. I was in high school, man. He come home one day, still laughing. He sits down at the table and he's like drunk laughing. You know, just like, I gotta tell you guys this joke. I'm like, all right, let's hear it. You know, I'm ready for something good. And it takes him 3 minutes to tell this joke right here.
Man.
Okay, he goes, so 2 muffins are sitting in an oven. One muffin turns to the other and goes, man, it's hot in here. And the other one goes, oh my God, a talking muffin. And he
he thought that was hilarious.
he lost his cookies, bro. And I think we're 10 plus years later, and I still laugh at that joke because in my mind, I'm watching him at the dinner table losing it. It taking 3 minutes to get to that joke.
But, bro, I'm going to tell you something funny that happened to me. I told you I went to North Face the other day, right?
Yeah, you stole them pants.
Oh man, look, man, they didn't listen, man. They didn't profile me because I'm African American. You feel me? Hey, I still got the ink tag on there. I go to North Face.
Oh my God!
I go to North Face, grab some coats, grab some little outfits. Go to walk out. The sensor beat.
Yeah.
Comes because the guy standing by the door because you know it'd be so packed in North Face, like they gotta keep somebody by the door.
Yeah, they got their little bouncers.
Guy standing by the door, hand in my bag. He checked the bag. We go to walk out again, beeps again, give him the bag again, checks everything again, gives it back to us like, here, try it now. Beeps again. So I'm like, well, here, let me just walk through it. He has the bag.
Yeah.
Like, let me walk through it. I walk through it, and then my girl walks through it, and he's like, yeah, nothing. He's like, well, let me see it again. And then checks it again, beeps again, calls the manager over. Now the manager checked, like, bro, they literally checked it like 5 times. Yeah. So then I get home.
I'd have been mad as hell at that point.
Bro, I was salty because now I was like, bro, you in here embarrassing me for real. Like, so then today I put the pants on, put my hands in my pocket. The tag is the ink tag is in my pocket. Now everywhere I go today, I go to Walmart and everything. Just beeping at Walmart. But nah, this what happened. So I get the coat with the little fur on it, you feel me?
Yeah.
And I zip it up. I get to the crib, zip it up. And the fur thing was like flapped down and it had these slits. Like, and I'm like, dang, babe. I said, this is like the face mask. So when you got the hood up, you can see, you know what I'm saying? You can see through the face mask. And she's like, dang, let me see that. But kids, everybody down, all the kids, you know what I'm saying? My kids down there, my girl down there. She's like, let me see. And she grabs the fur and flips it. She's like, Davion, that's the fur because it comes off. Like, that's where they... Bro, I swear on everything. I'm like, damn, they got the face mask. Like, they got the face mask in the hood. I said, oh, yeah, North Face snapping, bro. Bro, I've been laughing to myself at that for like the last 4 days, bro. Like, every time I think about that, just the look on... Matter of fact, I think Chloe said it like that. That's because Amanda, like, they both noticed it at the same, like, she flipped it up.
Yeah.
And McClellan's like, Dad, that's the hood. And I'm just like, oh. Hey, bro, like, I've been laughing at myself for like the last 4 days over that, bro. I'm like,
man, I still to this day. One time I was confiding in my brother, confiding in my man about some shit that happened some years ago. About a female.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, man. And she ended up sleeping with him, and he's like, damn, blew her back out. And then immediately when he said it, he's like, damn, blew her back out. I'm sorry. And I was just like,
but that's what I was telling you about. That's why sometimes I be saying stuff, don't be meaning to say it. That's just was on my mind, man. It was on my mind.
Still to this day, bro, I'll be sitting there at work and just think, damn,
blew
her back out.
on everything. Hey, yeah, man.
Oh my God. That's why you gotta be careful who you talk your ideas and stories to, bro.
Man. Hey, on everything.
Hey,
On
next thing
everything.
you know, you are gonna be hitting me up about I got a code idea now. You're gonna have the screen and everything.
Well, you know, you might be too young for this. You feel me? But back in the day, they used to have a lot 29 hoodies. So it was like I think your boy Jewels, I think he owned it at some point. I don't think he came up with the idea, but he owned it.
It's called Jewel.
Huh? Jewels?
His name is Jewel.
Jewel Santana. It's Jewel Santana. What is you talking about? But no, he used to have a lot 29 hoodies. It was like the Looney Tune characters.
Okay.
You zip the hoodies all the way up.
Yeah.
And it had the
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You could.
They kind of have those now.
Yeah, I think that
Like
they
they
might
got
have
like
some
hoodies.
skeletons on. Yeah.
Spider-Man. Then they got the Spider-Man.
Man, well, back in the day, it was for adults. You feel me? Now that they made it to a kid thing, I think they do got them. I think
Looney Tunes is for the adults.
I mean, it was an urban. You feel me? It was an urban thing.
Do you remember back in the day when they would have like, and they just started redoing them, like the SpongeBob all blinged out.
Yeah,
like all the all the cartoon characters all gangstered out, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Now, see, when I was growing up, you could wear knockoff Forces and Jordans. Like it was a thing. You know what I'm saying? So I remember I had a pair of SpongeBob Forces back in the day.
You was rolling around in them Shacks, wasn't you,
nah,
bro?
Hell no. Hell. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with Shacks, you feel me? Ain't nothing wrong with Shacks. I ain't never had none, but
yeah.
But yeah, bro, back when I was a kid, bro, you could have people was wearing knockoff J's and knockoff Forces all the time. I had Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Gator print.
All knockoffs.
All knockoffs. Yeah, bro. My cousin used to sell them. And I can say this because he's serving a long sentence right now. I'm not incriminating nobody. He's already incriminated. But nah, he had the city on smash, bro.
Yeah.
Like probably everybody had his shoes, bro. Literally.
Man.
Yeah.
I need my money back.
Man. Listen, everybody had his shoes, for real. But that's when he was one who told me, because he was into it like heavy. Like you go to his crib, bro. He had like 200 pairs of J's and Jordans. Mm-hmm. Or I said J's and Jordan. J's and Air Forces, just like every size. Yeah. You feel me? Like he used to give me the deal on them. And I used to like middleman them, and but he was the one who told me, like, bro, all these is coming from the same spot. Mm-hmm. Same spot the Jordans and Nikes is coming from over there in China. He's like, how do you think they're making these? He's like, they have the same molds. He's like, they're just putting different colors to them. You know what I'm saying? Or different material. But he's like, instead of just having some all white whatever, you know what I'm saying? Now they can make it because it's all coming from the same spot. Yeah. He's like, because the people is making the same amount of money. Right. No matter if they selling to Nike or selling to you know what I'm saying, somebody on the street. They making the same amount of money no matter what. Yeah. So they was like, they might as well double dip in the pot twice. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And that's when I realized. Then when I went to college, we did a report on like it was about bootlegging stuff. Cause I was doing, I went to school for music. And we was talking about bootlegging music, but I did like some stuff on bootlegging, like Jordan and Nike too. Yeah. And I was like, it's all the same. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling you, it was like all the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, I feel like speaking of bootlegging, I don't know why this came into my head, but I literally had somebody talk to me over the weekend about workout program. Yeah. And they had showed me that they got this little program off of somebody offline. Yeah. $50, you know, because I was like, yeah, I wrote something up. I can adjust it to you, Yeah. And he showed me this thing, and I was like, man, I've literally seen the same exact program. Man, everybody, cookie cutter, bootleg, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. I'm like, it's the same thing. I'm like, there's nothing that is specific to you on this thing, man. Yeah. Like, if you want my program, you know, yeah. I'll tell you a couple things, but. Yeah, man, bootlegging shit. That's everywhere. Everywhere. But I see. I mean, you get a little bigger. So, what size coat you into now? About a 5X. Man, that sound like my size. No, for real. Hey, I didn't lost. I still got a little bit to go. I didn't lost a lot, bro, because I was like 2X, was like perfect, and then like 1X. It was like. For real, it was like, so now I done got to the point where like 2X it's too big,
Mm-hmm.
but in this 1X, it's like it's like it fits good,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't be like I can't smash a whole bunch of food in if I put on the XL at the beginning of the day,
Yeah.
man, I look good as hell, boy. By the time extra lunch comes, you feel me? Extra lunch comes, you feel me? You can see my belly button.
That's when you know your food been done.
You know what I'm saying? Belly button pop out, you feel me?
Rich is down 20 pounds.
Yeah, I can tell, bro.
Yeah.
I can tell. Everybody in here looking good, bro.
Rich is down 20 pounds. Mason.
Man, you catch the vid down there, Bubby?
It's just getting cold weather.
Man.
I was in the 70s down there. But no, man, Mason was just telling me that in a month, he's been here for exactly a month and like 3 days.
Yeah.
His total's gone up 100 pounds.
Damn.
We're still alive?
Yeah. But you know what that really is? Now I ain't gonna take away he getting stronger, but his form.
Oh yeah.
He had no form when he came in. Now you know how to lift. Like you're gonna, you know what I'm saying? That first, and I feel like that's how I was when I first came in here. Like my numbers boosted up like 100 pounds in like a month. Yeah. Just because I was learning the proper way to do everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was watching down there. It was funny. I'm sitting there and when we're sitting there watching the competition, there's like some people I sat beside a girl from the UK who competed the day before. And then I was sitting beside at another time, just some random dudes that just sat down, and I'm sitting there watching these guys bench, bro. Literally, I'd have to check my phone, but and I'll finish my first statement. I was watching as they were going down on bench, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, his head's coming up, he's sinking, he's gonna dump it. Boom, dumped it. And the one guy was like, "Man, you called that." And I'm just like, because I know the form of this stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I already know what he's doing wrong. As he's doing it, I already know how this is going to finish out. And but I was telling because I went over to Cocoa Beach and was hanging out with my aunt and my uncle, and he was like, how's things going? I'm like, it's going good. I actually just had one guy, his total's gone up 100 pounds in a month. And he's like, really? Where'd he come from? And I was like, he had an online trainer and was paying him $200 a month. Yeah. And then I was like, and now as I say it.
Yeah, exactly. You ain't even gotta say it. Yeah. I already know what you're about to say.
I was like, damn. And he was like, so next time you come down here, you're gonna come down on some trainer money. And I was like, exactly. I'm gonna come down here on some trainer money, But yeah, man, the form and technique is huge when it comes to that stuff, man. And especially seeing those guys down there, like Dave Hoff and Anthony Oliveira and a couple other guys, they have this way of when they get close to the hole, they like drop and pop back up. Yeah. Kind of like how raw people do, but obviously way different because they're in gear. Yeah. But I want to learn that. Yeah. I want to learn how they do that because it's they're slowed down. And then right once they get to where they need to, they hear that 3, 2, 1, and then they'll pop up. And it's crazy, man. Just to see that form, it blew me away. Yeah. It blew me away to see all that stuff down there, dude.
Yeah. But that's how you become great. You gotta sit there and reverse engineer their, you know what I'm saying, what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all everybody's doing. But it's like even with me right now. So like I was telling you when we first jumped on, like where I've been kind of doing my own thing, like by myself, and I was never really able to do that. And I think now, just from all you've taught me and we've done together, and me and Chris done together, it's like I'm able to kind of lock in like in a zone. Like I ain't never been in this zone before. I told you I was in there today. Me and Chris did a whole back and ab workout. I jumped on the treadmill and then came back, you feel me? Like, and did a whole arm routine. And it was like, and then yesterday, same thing. And it was like, I was able to really lock in, push them reps past, like all the way to failure. You know what I'm saying? Like to where like, I can't even lift it, you feel me? And then do it again. And it's like, because, that's where you're really growing at is you ain't growing on them easy ones. You growing when that shit's starting to burn. Yeah. That's where you growing. Yeah. And it's like, I was like, bro, I just gotta like this, like I was saying, for any new or beginner, you know what I'm saying, lifters, like it might be for me, it's been what 10, 11 months.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I didn't really have no plan. My whole plan was just go to the gym.
Yeah.
Like I was never even expecting to be in it this long because
Yeah.
I never did it this long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, and then like meeting somebody like, I mean, I've been New Jonah, but like seeing what he had going on, like
Yeah.
he really pushed me and he wants you to get better. So then it was like, okay, now I'm starting to have ideas how I want to look, or how I want mine to be. You know what I'm saying? And it's like now it's like that's why I was like, man, by next summer, here in the next 8 months, I need to be at this weight. I need to look like this. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, now I know what I got to do to get there, though.
Yeah.
It's not just something in my head. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm looking at random guys on Instagram and trying to chill out. trying to figure out random lifters on Instagram. Like
Yeah,
you said,
there you go.
Random lifters on Instagram trying to figure out what they doing. It's like, okay, now I know from a guy that's done it what I need to do.
And the fact that you're now in a position to where you feel confident that you can go in by yourself and do something like that.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the things I feel like people run into is they're like, I know I want to look like this, but I don't know how to get there.
Yeah.
You know? And so like their confidence in the gym goes down. And then when they don't see the results that they think they're supposed to be getting, it goes down even further, you know. But now that you got the confidence of, you know, you go in there, you know, you're going to hit this, that, and this, and you know, you're going to feel it, then you ain't got to wait on nobody. You ain't got, you know what I mean? Like you do what you do with Chris, and then you go and because you got a little bit more time with your entrepreneurial, you know, and you got a little bit more time, you're able to go in there and hit it again, you know?
Yeah.
So that's good, bro. I'm excited to see what next year comes with, because now you just hit, you started here, you're at this level, and then my fault. You at this level. and now that you got that confidence of being in there yourself, you know, now you up here, you know what I mean?
You feel me? But no, man, it feel good. And like I said, I credit my success, you feel me, to my guy. You feel me? So you're looking for a program, you feel me? And I get 20% cut. So if you're looking for a program,
type in Dav at
you know what I'm saying? But no, what was I about to tell you? You made me figure out what I was about to say. But yeah, but it do feel good, man. And just like I said, just the diet, that's my only thing, bro. That's my only thing. I was like, if I could just lock in with this, that's the hardest part, bro. Lifting isn't hard no more. I mean, it never really was hard. You know what I'm saying? But like, I could go in there, get a good pump. You feel me? A good workout. I was like, but then it's like, I get home, there's some leftover pizza in there. You feel me?
Man, let me tell you, because I know you got a sweet tooth.
Yeah.
And I do too. I had, and I promise we're gonna buy a skid of these things, bro. There was they were called like Perfect Bites brownies down there, protein brownies. And I want to say it had like 16 grams of protein and only like 19 grams of carbs.
Bro, deja vu, bro. I swear I was in the gym earlier, and we had this conversation in the gym. Unless we had this conversation before.
No, I promise.
Listen.
Because I just found them out.
I'm thinking, I was in the gym earlier, and you was telling me, I was lifting, I was like, damn, let's just think about some sweets. And you was just telling me about some sweets that was like some keto friendly and this and that. That's crazy, bro. I swear on everything, bro. You was telling me this. Some telekinesis, bro. You must have been thinking about this earlier.
I love having them moments, and I hate having them moments.
Yeah.
Because like, I'm like, damn, I've been here. I've done had this conversation.
Yeah.
And then I had it this weekend. I had that going on this weekend when I was trying to rent a car. And but I'm like, man, but what like how did this end? Like, how did this end?
You know, I always feel, because it only happens to me when I'm doing like the right thing, like when I'm in the right spot. I always feel that my life is aligning with my destiny.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like God, like the plan that God has for me, not my plan.
Mm-hmm.
The plan that God has for me is lining up. I'm back on track.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So I'm seeing it as it's happening.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what I remember. One of the times I always remember was my first day when I went to college, and we toured, like it was the first day of our recording classes. So we went in there. It was like, bro, the nice studio, like top of the line equipment. You know what I'm saying? We in there, bro, and I had like what was it called again?
Deja vu.
Deja vu.
Yeah.
I had deja vu for like, it was almost euphoric. It was like for like 5 minutes, like the whole like,
Oh man.
yeah, bro.
That would drive me nuts.
It was weird, bro. I'm like, it was just a weird feeling because it was just like moving as we go. I'm like, what in the hell? I think it was kind of the Matrix or something. Like, it was
and this girl about to walk through the door.
Man, yeah,
right
bro. It was weird, bro. Like ever since then, like it's only happened. I feel like it only happens when my life is aligning to what God's plan is for me.
Man, that's, you know what? Honestly, it's so crazy that you say that, dude. Because maybe that's what that is. We're about to get real deep. Maybe that's what that is.
Yeah.
Because I was telling my mom, and real quick side note, I'm gonna tell you about them little brownies.
Yeah.
Because they're on point.
Yeah.
They're, man,
yeah.
they're good. They don't taste like no protein, nothing. So they're good. I got one coming when my aunt ships back because we done got like 5 of them for free.
Smashed
There's one left.
Yeah, smashed it.
But that makes sense that deja vu is your life aligning with what God has for you, set in front of you, you know, because I was telling my mom when I got down there and I'm sitting there and I'm watching a WPO, man, and I had like, I ain't a girl or nothing, but I got a little emotional, okay, in my head, because I'm like, man, it's so surreal that I'm here. For one, I never, if you'd have told me 6 months, a year, 2, whatever, like you're gonna go watch the WPO, it might not be that big to somebody else, but to me, that's where I want to be. And it's like going to the Super Bowl for me. You know what I mean? Of your favorite team, like it was big for me being there, and I was like, I can't believe that I'm here right now. You know. And the night before that, I had deja vu of me laying in an Airbnb bed and searching rental car places because they had screwed up my rental car when we first got to Orlando, so we had to Uber from the airport. So they screwed it up, and I'm sitting there. It's 2:00 in the morning, bro. I'm trying to find us a car for the next day, for the weekend, really. And I'm like, man, I've been here, but I know I ain't, you know. And now that you say that, it's my life aligning with what God has set forward for me. And that was being at the WPO, seeing how it's ran. Because you know, a lot of my old heads are gonna say that this is BS, or you know, don't do this. You know, but I looked at the results of the WPO, and if I would have hit, if I know guys, if right, if I would have competed this weekend and I hit the same numbers that I hit my last meet, I would have placed 11th out of 29 in the WPO.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There was 4 people that competed that are ranked lower than me. I'm sitting there looking at the results, and I'm like the benches went from 975, Dave off, of course. It's like 975, 771, 777, 761, 750, and then like 675. And I'm like, dude, like I'm there. Like I'm right there, you know? And so
did anybody know you when you went down there, or you was just a face in the crowd?
I mean, I knew obviously the West Side guys that I had trained with before in the past. And then the guy that hands off to him, one of my good friends. But other than that, man, I was a face in the crowd. You know, I really ain't know nobody. But my post on Instagram that I made, all the people that were there that had competed liked my post. You know, that follows me back and stuff. So, you know, but it's with most of those people that likes the post, that's as much as we know each other is Instagram. You know. So, but you know, 740 was there, man. That's the biggest. And that's what my mom said too. She was like, "You're not so much a face in the crowd. 740 belongs in this." You know,
it's man. I just seen a quote earlier, and I can't remember exactly what it says, but it's like I mean, it's one of them quotes, but it's just like work hard inside. I don't know. I might be mixing three quotes up, but it's basically saying work hard. And oh yeah, this was one that had Andrew Tate. So I mean, he probably ain't say it, but they just had a picture of him.
Yeah.
But it was basically he was saying like work hard until in silence till your hard work is loud. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like everybody, then they know.
Yeah.
And it was like, and I just feel, I just feel it's getting to that point, like with what you're doing and with what I'm doing. It's like I've been having a lot of people reach out. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's I went somewhere the other day. It's a dude. He owns a lot of big stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's up there. You feel me? And I didn't even see him. He seen me walk in. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, he like made a scene about it too. Like, oh. And I look, I'm like, what the heck? And I'm like, he's like, you know who that is? And I'm looking, I'm like, what the hell is it?
Yeah.
He talking about me. You feel me? I didn't, because he had a hood up. It was the other day. It was cold out. It was like Wednesday or Thursday when it was cold. And then I look, I'm like, oh, what's up, Gary? You feel me?
Yeah.
Went over there and talked to him or whatever. He's like, man, what you got going on now, man? You into this and into that. You feel me? And he into everything. You feel me? So it's just like, it feels good to have that acknowledgement from other people that I look up to. You know what I'm saying? Or people that I put at a certain stature. You know what I'm saying? They seeing what I got going on. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? It just it's like validates I'm on the right path. You know what I'm saying? Even like you can't let nobody. I mean, maybe you shouldn't have nobody. You know what I'm saying? But it's like like LeBron and Jordan come up to him and tell him like, "Yeah, you is the truth." That's gonna feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, even though already in my head I'm already the truth. You know what I'm saying? But if you have the GOAT come up to you, you know what I'm saying?
Well, debatable on the GOAT, but yeah.
You feel me? Yeah. But chill out, man. But it's like, so I've been getting that a lot lately. You know what I'm saying? From a lot of, you know what I'm saying, people that I hold in my head up there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, and it's just validating to me. It's like, okay, I'm doing what I need to do. Yeah. How do we push this to the next level? Not, okay, well, let's coast and, you know what I'm saying, I'm where I want to be now. No, like how do we go above and beyond that? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like at the end of the day, like I was telling you before, like, you know, it's the anniversary of my son today. And before all that happened, I really didn't have a purpose. You feel me? Like my whole goal was just to make as much money as I could, as fast as I could. That was I wanted to retire before I was 30. You feel me? Like, that was my only plan. But now I'm 33. I still can't retire. but it's like I haven't found my purpose. Yeah. But it's like I'm doing it for something. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing it for the guys. For my kids, you know what I'm saying? Like I want them to see, because like I told you, I had kicked it with my daughter all Friday, and we just was having like great conversations. I took her to the shoe store, right? I told her about to get her some new Uggs, and the first thing, and I'm happy she did this. Shout out Marvela, you know we love you, but she had, so my daughter wrote a book. Okay. So we go to the shoe store, and the first thing, she ain't say hi to me, nothing. Say, oh my gosh, is this the author? Yeah, because she had bought, like, I think she bought a couple of them of her book. So I'm like, and it's on Amazon if you're looking for it. Tilly Bop TT goes to the store. You feel me? Okay. So she bought so then my daughter just cheesing and I just told her, I was like, see? I was like, I said, you see how she, like the first thing she knows you is this. You see what I'm saying? I was like, because that's what I was telling you about, building your brand. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, that's what I do. I was like, so I can get certain jobs like the Amazon and stuff like that off of my brand. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we just was having a good conversation that whole day, and I was just telling her everybody contributes, the whole family. Like you can contribute now. You don't have to be 18 years old, 20 years old. Yeah, you can contribute now, and this is how you contribute. You know what I'm saying? And you might. These kid books turn into this, because she paints too. You feel me? Yeah. And she painted like some crazy landscapes, like, but she'll do it from time to time and then she'll stop, and then she'll do it and then she'll stop. Yeah. And I was like, this could turn into this, and then this could turn into this. You know what I'm saying? Like you just gotta get the ball rolling with
Yeah.
anything. You know what I'm saying? Once you get that snowball effect, you start into a little snowball,
Yep.
throw that baby down the hill.
Yep. Gets bigger.
Get bigger, man.
Yeah. Man, that's awesome. When you showed me that she had those candy machines, it really started making me think
Yeah.
about something for Tate.
Yeah.
Because that's how you also create generational wealth.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and I'm kind of
About planting that seed, bro. That's what it's about.
exactly. It's planting a seed of, maybe when it comes to generational wealth, it might not always be about the exact amount of money that you're leaving,
Yeah.
but it might be the amount of knowledge
Yeah.
that you're giving these kids. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? To where, okay, my dad, prime example, man. My dad growing up, bro, would literally get off work. We had 36 yards that we mowed.
Yeah.
36 yards that we mowed on the side, And whereas that was just taking care of the extra bills that we have 5 kids,
Yeah.
taking care of the extra stuff that we had going on, that taught me the generational wealth of what I need to do on the side to either meet bills when I was struggling or move, take that money that I'm making and invest it in a different way or put it, you know what I'm saying? Like the generational knowledge of wealth, if you will. I don't know how to put it.
And that's exactly what you were saying. Exactly what you're saying. I started to make a video about it. I do my little videos.
Mm-hmm. Your TikToks.
Yeah, but I couldn't put it into the right words.
Yeah.
But that's what sometimes, like I said, I'll drop some videos. It might take me a couple of tries because I'm trying to put it in the right way. You know what I'm saying? But that's exactly right. It's not necessarily the money you leave, it's the knowledge. But it's also, to me, it's about letting you start, like, with the knowledge I have now and the finances I have now. What can you do with that?
Yeah.
Because I started from nothing.
It's taking away the I wish I would have known sooner.
Yeah.
For your kids.
Yeah, and like I said, but also backing them up with the capital.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like I said, like when my daughter, that first book she did, that all came from a picture she drew.
Yeah.
I'm talking about it was like barely stick figures, but it looked funny. It was hilarious looking. I'm like, that's kind of funny. I was like, man, you know what? I was like, man, I want her to know that anything you think of can be real. You can manifest it.
Yeah.
You know. So I was like, man, I'm gonna make these into some toys. So I found like a 3D creator on Instagram.
Yep.
And then I just sent them the picture. I'm like, how much you charge me to make a character each of one of these? And it was just two. They was busting too, boy. I think I spent $400 on 2 characters. Yeah, I think it was like $190 a character. You know what I'm saying? But it was worth it though, because they was like, he took them to the next level. So she just had a 2D drawing.
Yeah.
He turned it 3D.
Yeah.
And turned it into a character. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
So when I gave her them, she just thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then this when Ty was still there and he was like they was just playing with him, you know what I'm saying? So then I'm like, well, we did that. What else could we? I'm like, let's do a book. So then we did. That's how I first got into the book. So we did her first book, and then she wrote the story. I just asked her questions. You know what I'm saying? I was like, tell me about a day with TT. She told me about a day, and then I sent it to I sent it to like a editor, and then they edited it, and then I sent it to a formatter, and then they formatted it, and then I sent it to an illustrator, and they illustrated it. Then I sent it to a cover guy. He did the cover, and then what I'm saying? It was like so many steps, and then we ended up publishing on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then so we was going to keep going, and then I don't know, kind of just stuff happens.
Yeah.
But after she said that, Marvelous said that to her, then I'm like, see, like people still know you as this. Like, keep going. You know what I'm saying? And then she goes, where's my money at from my first book sale? Well, I put that away for you.
We just bought them mugs.
Yeah, she didn't want to hear that part. Yeah, so that's the thing, bro. Like with Tate too, like you said, like when we went to my barbershop, like I got her like some little bubble machines with the toys, and then some a gumball machine in there. You know what I'm saying? And that's just things I just try to do for my kids. Like, how can I incorporate you in what I got going on?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, as a parent, if you in that position, it's only right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like put them on. You know what I'm saying? Just show them that entrepreneurial spirit. So now because that's one thing about my dad is he, with my mindset, always treated me like I can't say always treated me, but I just had a different mindset. It's like if you got two sons and you treat one like a king and you treat the other like a
Jester.
yeah, or whatever.
Peasant.
You know what I'm saying? A peasant.
Yeah.
You treat one like a king, treat one like a peasant. It don't matter if that other one grew up in a royal family. He's gonna feel like a peasant. You feel me? He's gonna have a peasant mindset.
Yeah.
He can never win. He can never come up. He can never. You know what I'm saying?
Some Cinderella shit. Yeah.
But the one that you treat like a king, he's always gonna think like that.
Yeah.
Everything he do is gonna work. Everything he does is gonna. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my dad put that in me. And so I want to put that into my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we're doing. Like, you can do this too. Or this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, hence why I always have Kingston with doing something, or you know what I'm saying, even with her. So like, yeah, it's only right, bro. You gotta start them early, because if you don't put it in them, then who putting what into them?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? What is these teachers telling them? You know what I'm saying? What's their friends telling them?
Exactly. And nowadays it's really either cookie cutter mindset that they teach at the school.
Yeah.
You know. Or it's the kids putting them down.
Yeah.
You know, there really ain't, when it comes to the kids, man, there really ain't kids trying to bring up other kids, you know. So yeah, you have to be that. I did it with my little brother. You know, like, you know, you walk around, I would tell him you gotta walk around like you're the boss of it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like you make your decisions, and for your little group of friends, you know. And if they ain't down with it, okay, cool. But never let them influence what you doing.
Yeah.
You know? And so that's definitely something that, you know, passed down to the kids, passed down to Tate.
And I'm gonna tell you, and I just credit this before, like with marrying Catholic, like being around those kids, like it was a whole nother field because their parents were successful.
Yep.
So they didn't really know what not being successful felt like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, anything they wanted, they could have it. Anything they thought of could happen.
Yep.
So it's like when I got around those kids, it was like I didn't think like that at first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I mean, I probably didn't even think like that while I was there. I was only there for 6 months. But it was like after it hit me, you know what I'm saying? Just that it just hit me like, damn. Like that's a whole nother lifestyle I was around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like now, like I just was talking to my buddies from there, and like I said, and like we got some things going on, but it was like because they're all at a point in their life where they knew it. They didn't. If you don't even know what losing is, if you don't even know what no is or losing is, then what's the possibilities?
Right.
So they're all doing good things in their life. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's like, so when we had got together for our reunion, and they like asked me, they like, man, I see you doing this, I see you doing that. Like it felt good. It wasn't like no patronizing me or talking down like, oh man.
It was actually genuinely happy.
Yeah, I see you got that little, how that little business doing, or how that little,
you
know what I'm saying? Like it was genuine, like, dang, Dom, I see you got, let us, you know what I'm saying? Like we should all do this, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like, it felt good when you're around people that's not even the mindset.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's all just
no's not an answer.
No's not an answer. You know what I'm saying? So it feels good to be, and that's how you gotta be with your kids. Like, and it's something else. Like just messing with you. It's like with Andrew. It's like I didn't know Andrew was a state at one state. You know what I'm saying? So it's like then you know what I'm saying? J10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just like, and then like George being in here like world record holder, and you know what I'm saying? So it's like being around people that name is etched in stone. It don't matter if your record was beat, but you're still on there, and like you was still that guy.
Yep.
And it's like, so what is that legacy that you're leaving behind? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was telling you as far as like I don't know my purpose fully, but it's like, what am I leaving behind?
Yeah.
And and if when I'm said and done, is my name gonna be etched in stone?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I was telling you, like when I won that Business of the Year award in 2017, what that guy was saying, I said in the last episode, and it's just I've been saying it a lot now because we brought it up. It's just been in my head.
Yeah.
If you aren't nominated every year for an award, you should have never won that award the first time. You should be moving at that level at all times.
Yep.
At all times, bro. You should be in the talks at all times.
Yeah.
If that's what you want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but that's what it takes. extraordinary shit. That's why they call it the 1%.
Yeah.
There's literally only 1% of people that can operate at this. You ever read Robert Greene's Mastery?
Mm-mm.
So that's one thing they talk about in there. Like, you ever been in a moment where, like, say you had a book report due and you ain't work on it, and then you stayed up all night and worked on it, and woke up in the morning and worked on it, and you fucked around and got like a B on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, how did I do that?
Yeah.
Now, what if you can tap into that level of like clutch?
Yeah.
At all times. Like, that's just how you lived your life. Not last minute,
but yeah, at that height.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What if you,
at that level.
what if you can tap into that? And that's mastery. You know what I'm saying? Learning how to tap into that. You're just in that.
Yeah.
At all times. You know what I'm saying? So, like that's my true, like, what I'm on now is just like, and I was telling you, like, how things lately have been like paying off, is because it's like at a point you tap into that mastery where it's like, I've done every wrong way to do it. I can only do it right now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I done did it the wrong way 1,000 times. Like, every variation of wrong.
Yeah.
Now I know, okay, don't do that, do this. Don't do that, do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and it's like I'm gonna take a Nipsey quote and roll it into a Louis quote.
Yeah.
Where Nipsey was talking about where he came up with the marathon continues. He's like, I done been through, every emotion, every failure, he's like, the only difference between me and everybody else is I just didn't stop.
Yeah.
And then Louis said, ordinary people will give you ordinary results.
Yeah.
And it takes an extraordinary person to continue to keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody's going to get knocked down in everything that they do at some point. Are you that extraordinary person to keep up and get up and keep going? Or are you going to let that foot keep you down?
And when you look at Westside versus everybody, look at all the records that they held. Because they was all around them people that was holding the record. So it's like, I'm at that point when we was talking about day ones and day twos.
Yeah.
I'm at that point in my life where I only want to be around people doing excellent shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to get around people. If you're trying to be excellent, you got to be around people doing excellent shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you have to be on that level too, because they're thinking how I'm thinking. I only want to be around people like this.
Yeah.
So why would I get around somebody like that?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You run with the lame, you develop a limp.
Exactly.
Don't be the one that's limping.
Exactly. So you got to step. If you want to be around these type of individuals, you got to be on that. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're not there yet, you can just tell when somebody operating at a different speed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's young cats that come up to me, and 90% of them, they're just talking. You know what I'm saying? But every once in a while, like somebody like, you know what I'm saying? I'll hit somebody like I told you, like Quave. Like, even before we had him on here.
Yeah.
We was talking about something one day, and I just kept thinking about it. So I had hit him like, hey, you doing cool? Just checking up on him. Like, you doing cool? You feel me? So I got younger cats that I check up on just to make sure they doing, you know what I'm saying? You still doing
stand
that?
Stand up on their word.
Yeah, stand up on that word. You still doing that? Like, you know what I'm saying? What you got going on? Because it's easy to get discouraged, and once you start climbing that cliff, you're gonna have people tugging at your boots. You feel me? Trying to yank you up off of there.
Yeah.
But it's like, you just gotta keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? And you reach a level where it's only winners.
Yep.
And ain't nobody trying to throw you down. It's just climbing. You know what I'm saying? At that point, so you just gotta, like I said, you just gotta dig until, you know what I'm saying? You reach that diamond. You feel me? At the end of the day.
Yep. And like I said, you run with the lame, you develop a limp.
Yeah.
And if you keep running, then you're gonna end up with nobody limping.
Yeah.
And at that point, everybody's up.
Yeah.
You know
everybody wins.
Everybody's up. Everybody's winning, and there ain't no limp, so everybody's winning.
I'm gonna tell you though, on a negative note. I was talking to my homie, right, and he was telling me that somebody was like, it was like, yeah, man, Dav got up, man, and he ain't rocking with nobody no more, this and that. He was like, bro, first of all, what do you know how to do that, you know what I'm saying?
Elevate him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, exactly. He was like, and second of all, it's like, I mean, he was just telling me a couple of things, but it wasn't like he was talking crazy too. Like, you know how they be like, why would they say around you? They so comfortable. Right. It was just like somebody just saying something, and he was sticking up for me. You know what I'm saying? and them are the people we want to be around. But it's like I give out free game every day.
Yeah.
I try to say something. You know what I'm saying? I didn't give out, like I said, when I had my courses, I still got my courses, secretsofchucking.com. But anybody from Marion, I gave it to them for free.
Yeah.
I didn't make nobody. I mean, if you paid, I mean, it's because I didn't know you bought it. You know what I'm saying? Because there was so many people buying it. It was just an email. All I seen was an email to send me the money. You know what I'm saying? But if anybody reached out to me like, hey, I was thinking about, I was like, here, what's your email? I'll just send it to you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I said, I try to give out as much game to my people as I can for free. You know what I'm saying? And after a while, it's like what Jay said. After you winning for so long, you start to become the villain in their eyes.
Yeah.
Because it's another guy. It's another guy that I had heard was saying something crazy. He's like, man, I could dive always. Like, bro, am I stopping you from getting some money?
Exactly.
Because you're not stopping me from getting no money.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's like, that's what I was telling you too, bro. That's why I don't do it for the money. I don't do like, even like my businesses and stuff. I'm not doing that for the money. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing that. It's something that I'm passionate about. And it's like, the money to me is just freedom.
Yeah.
It's not possession. It's not material. The more I have, the more I can do. You know what I'm saying? As far as spending time with my family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because after you lose somebody, that's all you want to do is spend time. Because you know there's not a lot of time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I said, the money to me is not about possessions. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy some fire shit when it comes to
some North Face
you feel
with the face mask on.
with the North Face with the face mask. but
listen, man, when you find if anybody's ever in a situation like that where somebody tries to bring you down with the, you know, yeah, you doing this and that, and you ain't even really talking to me no more. You ain't talked to me since then. You ain't done it since then. 9 times out of 10, bro, they're jealous, you know, and they don't want to see you win because it makes them feel some type of way about what they ain't doing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you can love that person from a distance, but do not let them become your limp. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what we was talking about. I think we talked about this before. It's like at one point in time, you and all your homies were on the same level.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Some people went forward. You know what I'm saying? And some people elevated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people stay the same. Some people got worse. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I think that's why it's so hard to build with people you grew up with, because it's like they feel they should be there too. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all was at the same level at one point. But it's like, you ain't put the work in I put in. Like yeah, we can make something happen.
Yeah.
But after I see that you ain't working at that level that I'm trying to work at, it's like, I mean, we ain't beefing, but I gotta keep going, bro, because I'm not just trying to move forward. I'm trying to elevate too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was the one that left the party while you stayed back because I knew I had to get up and do this, that, and the other.
Exactly.
You know, I was the one that didn't go out that night. Exactly. You went out. Exactly. You know, and now you want a piece of this.
Exactly.
But you was out having your fun.
Yeah.
You know, you had your fun young. I'm gonna save up. I'm gonna do what I can to have my fun later.
Yeah. Buckle down.
Yeah. So I saw something that said something about like grind in your 20s. Yeah, so you can like save in your 30s or relax in your 40s or something like that.
And that's what it's about, bro. Like I've been busting my ass. You feel me? Cause it's like I just want to get to that point where, like I said, money to me is freedom. You know what I'm saying? So where I can, and you're never done. You know what I'm saying? You still gotta maintain, but I just want to get to the point where I can help a lot more people, and you know what I'm saying, put a lot more people to work, put other people in those positions that I was looking for at my stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, be able to invest in other people's, you know what I'm saying, passions. And that's what it's about to me, honestly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they say, money, if you ain't doing it without money, you ain't gonna do it with money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I like that.
So if you a dickhead without money, you about to be crazy with some bread. But if you humble and you compassionate and you pour into other people with nothing, you just gonna do that to a whole nother level when you get it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about, bro.
I like
that. To me.
Well, listen, man. If we give up we give up any more nuggets, they're gonna have to start paying us for the
We're
channel.
gonna need a subscription.
We're gonna need to start a Patreon for all the nuggets we dropping, man. But nah, I appreciate this number 11.
Number 11.
We number 11.
Number 11.
As far as I know, the next episode, I think we're gonna go remote. I think we're gonna go
to
to
a location.
a location
Okay.
and speak with another gym owner here in Marion. So stay tuned for that one, man. And like always, subscribe.
Subscribe.
Hit up the website.
740barbell.com.
Check us out, man. Appreciate y'all sticking with us.
Yeah.
And of course the courage in these veins, people passing the limits, a bunch of beasts broke off the chain. From the folks, see 'em growing and reaching up to pass our peak.